Hello, VIP Kid teachers. My name is Laura. My VIP Kid teacher name is Laura H.A. I've been with VIP Kid for about a year now, and it has been an awesome year. My schedule has been full for almost since I started. I'd say the first month was a little bit slower than I would have liked, but I've built a steady stream of regulars who I just love. And honestly, I wish I would have started sooner. But thinking about this past year, there are some things that, some misconceptions that I had about VIP Kid and who I had to be as a teacher that I don't think are necessarily true. So I wanted to spend just a little bit of time to talk about a few things that I think are misconceptions. So the first thing is that as a new teacher, you have to open all of your slots. I think it's more about opening your slots at the right time. So I started around Thanksgiving of last year, and going into December, I opened slots that I had available that were in the morning. Now, when Christmas approached, that's when I got really busy because all of the teachers who already had students were taking time off. And so, even though I only had 3 slots a day open, around Christmas they filled, around New Year's Eve they filled. And I got a couple good reviews, and then Chinese New Year happened. A lot of my regulars that I had built up had more time to have classes with me, and that is when my schedule just really took off. So yes, I think it's good to open a lot of slots, but I think it's even more important to open them around those major holidays that more of the veteran teachers are taking some time off. So that's definitely a good thing. The second thing is that you have to be super bubbly and super animated. That is what I see on YouTube. That's just the perception I had of VIP Kid, and that's not who I am. I am a more of a nurturing, calm, cheerful teacher. I don't have a lot of props. I don't really make funny noises. Um, I'm just, I guess, a mommy in class. And I've heard from some of my students' parents that they trust their child to be in my class. And so I think I give off kind of that maternal vibe to my students who kind of feel like comfortable around me. And I think that that's my personality and that's what I put out in my class, and it's genuine. And so I think that's super important. You don't just have to make a student smile. And I've seen some posts on Facebook that there are teachers who are distraught because they can't make their students smile. They've done this, they've done that. And I have a student who I've taught for the past 9 months. Her name's Susie. She's adorable. But she's never laughed or cracked a smile at me. And I thought she just didn't like me. I thought I was a bad teacher. And then I started getting some feedback from her mom, thanking me for being patient with her, and that Susie's just very embarrassed to be speaking English because she feels like she's making mistakes. So that kind of clued me in that, when she's in class, she's really focusing on not making mistakes. She's not there to play. And I had to stop taking it personal that I couldn't make my students smile. So the third one goes back to props. And you don't have to have a lot of props. I have been lucky. I have a 2-year-old, so I have some little toys here and there. This is a good one because I can use it for counting. I can use it for colors. But other than that, my favorite prop is Google Slides. And shout out to the Google Slides Facebook group because you've changed my life. I owe you big time. So Google Slides is a group of these amazing teachers who've put together a lot of different resources and, best of all, rewards. And so you can do this little find a star. And this is the Batman one because I do have a student who loves Batman. So you can have them choose a number and they can find a star. And my kiddos really love that. This has been awesome. I admittedly did not do rewards for a lot of my kiddos. I just didn't find that they were wowed, and it just didn't seem to be adding anything to class. I know it's a VIP Kid standard, so I'm super happy that I found this Facebook group. They, again, have changed my life. It's been amazing. Um, so the, let me go back to my notes that I was looking at. Here we go. So the third one is, I'm sorry, fourth, is that you have to correct everything. And whenever I hear a teacher talking about how to make parents happy, they say, correct, correct, correct. And I do agree with that. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I think there are two caveats. I think that if you have a child who just keeps getting tongue twisted, or they have some sort of, I don't know if it's a speech impediment or something that they just can't get that sound, and you're working on it over and over and over again, number one, you're going to get off your time. And number two, you're going to frustrate the student. So I think as long as you're seeing some correction, you don't have to get it absolutely perfect for the sake of, you know, nagging your student to death. I think in feedback, just mention to the parent, we worked on this sound. He should work on it with his teacher in his next class. But he did improve. So I think that's super important. And the other one is free talk. So when you have a student maybe who's like a level 2 or level 3, and they just want to tell you what they did that day, and they maybe aren't getting their grammar 100% correct, maybe they're just using is instead of are. I have found that stopping a student when they're like really excited and telling me about something will keep them from talking. It kind of stops them in their tracks. And so what I'll do is I'll let them finish talking. We'll have this little conversation. And then I'll go back and I'll say, so they is or they are? And then I'll just have them say it over again. And that way I feel like it's just more, it keeps the flow going, and it encourages them to continue having those like free talk little mini sessions in class, which I think is really important. And I will say, like in feedback, Emily and I talked about her dance class, and her grammar wasn't 100% on point. Here's where she can, here's a review she can do. Use they are instead of they is, da da da. And I found this to be really helpful for my students who take corrections a little bit harsher, and maybe they feel really proud that they can have conversations with me, and I don't want to delineate that at all. So those are, I guess I talked about 4 different things that I think I've learned on my journey and that I haven't seen in a lot of different places. So I hope it's helpful. And if you have anything that you want to add, please leave a comment. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.